Marvelous has been cooking and I've been slobbering it up. I made myself a pizza. I have that cool down a little bit before we get into the long-awaited unboxing of Story of Seasons, the Great Bazaar. Am I in frame? I think that's all right. I got it, the special edition for the Nintendo Switch, numero dos. Here we go. Story of Seasons, the Grand Bazaar, not Great Bazaar. It's even a limited edition. Marvelous has been very weird with its limited special editions, whatever they call it, or deluxe editions. I will be going through a few of them later on, but this is it. Now, what I already dislike is the size of this. These are the standard previous special deluxe collectors, whatever they call them, editions. Basically, all of the Marvelous editions have been looking like this, and now this comes with a plushie inside, but it takes up a huge amount of room on your video gaming shelf. I dislike that as someone who just has no room. I have nothing left for me to store video games, but anyway. Here we go, the Grand Bazaar. This is a remake of a DS Harvest Moon game. This is one of the Harvest Moon games I've not played before. It was the era of the DS where I was not an active player of the series anymore. I got back into it later on. And the developer behind this has said that it's more a remake in spirit, other than like a direct remake. Some of you may know that the previous remakes in the series have been Story of Seasons, no, this is not it. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, and Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. I don't know where my Friends of Mineral Town is right now, but they've been pretty direct standard remakes of the original Game Boy Advance and GameCube games. Now we get a remake that I cannot compare to anything, but the developer said it's more of in spirit only. We took the basic idea of the bazaar and the characters and so on and remade the game, new mechanics, new everything basically. Let's get into this. Let's unbox this. Let's make sure everything is in frame. I got my watch right here. Now let's open this from the right side. As always, there's a right way to open these. This is, for the first time in a long while, the first Story of Seasons or even Marvelous special edition that's been worth the money. Recently, they've been getting cheaper and cheaper. The Pioneers of Olive Town Deluxe Edition had like character cards inside, like a booklet and so on. Then for Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, all we got was a notebook, an empty notebook with nothing inside. Now, I like notebooks. It's an okay notebook. I used it actually to take notes during my playthrough. That was a fun time. But other than that, there was not much else going on. I have to check. I want to show you some gameplay later on. And I have to make sure that my Switch is not going into sleep mode. This is the first one in a long while where they actually put some time, energy, and actually good stuff in here. Of course, the big one is the sheep plush. Let me get this out of the package. Now this is like one of these like wool sheep thingies. Looks very cute. Look at this. For the longest time, the Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons games, in the USA at least, have had a tradition of including a plushie with pre-orders. For example, my Rune Factory 5 came with a little woolly plush as a pre-order bonus. This time they're putting the plush right in there. It's a nice plush. It's in the box, pretty small. I would have preferred it outside of the box just to save space on the shelf, but here we go. It's pretty cute, it's pretty nice. Sadly, I do not have any of the other plushies. As I said, they were mostly US pre-order exclusives. Hard to get those nowadays. We get the game itself, the big one. Story of Seasons, the Grand Bazaar, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. What's great about this one is it has the original Switch version. You can put this in the old Switch. And it has the Nintendo Switch 2 update on the cartridge. So you can put this into a Switch 2. not update. I didn't update my version. It launched into the Switch 2 edition. There was some miscommunication with the Rune Factory game, the Guardians of Azuma, which, because of a problem at Nintendo's end, makes you re-download the entire upgrade pack. It's a problem with Nintendo. It's actually on the card. You can launch the Switch 2 edition of this. You can't see it right here because it's in my game, in my console. Sad state of affair with the Marvelous games so far. All the spines are white. The Nintendo Switch 2 gave us now the option to have like colorful spines. So far, from the games I have, only Mario Kart World has used that. All the other games, which are only 2, like these 2 Marvelous games, have white spines. Sad about that. Let's put Guardians of Azuma back on it. I was a big fan of the Guardians of Azuma. Like, if you want to get into the Rune Factory series, it is the perfect starting point for you. Now, something super exciting. The Grand Bazaar soundtrack. The music is actually great. I've been playing the game a little bit. And the soundtrack is great, and it comes on proper CDs. 2 of them. Count them. 1, 2. CDs, physical media for music. Man, what a time to be alive, I tell you. I'm energized by this. Like, this is amazing. Getting these soundtracks for so long, these collector's editions, special editions, have been punishing us with download the soundtrack on our website. Here's the download voucher. No. Look at this. I've not put this into anything. Of course not. I'm going to digitize these anyway, but I want them physically in the box. Don't give me a soundtrack as a bonus and then make me download it somewhere. Like, this is how you do it. Marvis, love you. Man, it's energizing me. Let's calm down a little bit. We'll continue. The next one I was so stunned with. Look at this. Actually, let's do the negative first. Let's do the negative first before we come to the highlight. This is the poster they're including. Big A3 poster. Now, do you already see a problem with this poster? Look at this. Great, right? This is the one cover, this is the other one. Isn't that fine? It's fucking folded. Like, companies, like, get your shit together. If you have a poster, like, I cannot deal with folded posters. If I want to put this on my wall, I don't want there to be 2 big creases right through the middle of it. You have the box. It is big. Give me a smaller poster and put it in a roll. Roll it up. You know, that's something you can do. There are poster rolls you can get to roll a poster up and like put it in. Don't fold your fucking posters. Now I'm cursing. I was so positive and energized. Then I see the poster. But this is not a Marvelous thing. This is every game publisher. Like, I have so many posters of cool games that I have that I cannot put anywhere because they put fucking creases through the middle of it. No rant here. All pure emotions. I'm not holding back. Let's get to the positive. Man, this is so good. I looked at this and man, I had probably a mini orgasm, to be quite honest. Instead of a notebook, we are getting a proper art book of the game with concept art, character portraits, maps. I wasn't expecting this to be so like all-encompassing. I thought we were getting like little leaflet or something, you know? Some of the older games came with a little like art leaflet more than that. Now it is soft cover, fine by me. It's going to live in the box anyway for the most time. Like, you get illustrations of the like furniture in the game that the people are having in their houses. This is the shit I'm looking for. The shit I want in my collectors and special editions. This collector's edition is 70 euros here in Europe. for the Switch 2 edition. It's 60 for the, or is it actually, is it 80 for the special edition? I'm not sure. I got like a 10 euro voucher for it. I'm not sure what the price was, but it's the same price as a normal like full release game nowadays. You get the special edition and I'm super excited for that. Like good stuff in there. When we talk about, yeah, let's get the Wonderful Life special edition out. Now in here we get a sticker sheet and we get a notebook, an empty hardcover, relatively good paper, notebook. Now this box here was I think 50 euros, so it was a budget price for a special edition. It released for I think 40 as a standalone game. Nowadays you can get this collector's edition for next to nothing. At least here with Pioneers of Olive Town over here. They put some more stuff in there. We got a poster, a notebook, empty, and character cards, which I think are cooler than stickers. But character cards, like, you know, trading cards. Pretty nice, pretty cool. Let's check out the game a little bit. I've been playing the first, I think, like in-game 2 days. When I was playing yesterday, actually, I did not think this through at all. Like, where do I put my camera? Like, let's do this. I have not thought about how to film this screen. There's my Yakuza 6. I'm playing Yakuza 6 right now. Yakuza 6 box there. Now already coming from the new game in the Rune Factory game, like this is a lot more budget. I mean, look at that jump animation right here. And it doesn't feel good, you know? It's like, what the hell is this even? Like, what's happening? What's happening here? But you don't play it for the graphical fidelity, you know? I already watered some of my crops. You get a small little tutorial. You can put like a windscreen here to protect them from typhoons and storms and so on. The controls are very streamlined. Now, coming from Rune Factory, like Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma was very streamlined. It was a spin-off of the series. And I just got actually this hammer. It's a hatchet, so it's a hammer and an axe in one. So one tool less. I didn't want that. Let's see. Do we find something to hammer on? We see, like, you're not playing this game for the realism. It's for the fun, the cutesy, but, you know, the jumping right here. I knew what I was getting into. I know the Story of Seasons games, even though they are the big money maker for Marvelous and for Xseed, which is their American publisher. I think they were actually renamed from Xseed to Marvelous USA now. They officially made that shift. Let's see, do we have something to hammer? I got this hammer, or this hatchet, but I don't have anything to hammer with. Oh, there's a rock here. Yes, fantastic. All right, I can get items. Nice to hear that. I know this series is the moneymaker. When Xseed got the rights to publish, or you know, when they got the publishing deal to do the Story of Seasons games, which were the Harvest Moon games before that, they said, oh, this is like our highest selling game ever. So these are big money makers. So I'm always a bit confused on why they refuse to really invest too much into it. They are always low budget games, which I don't have a big problem with. Like I like budget games. I don't need the biggest budget games, but it's a bit frustrating sometimes that the spin-off with Guardians of Azuma seems to be getting the bigger budget for their games, which, like Rune Factory, I don't think is as big of a seller as this. Now this is already a big step up from the last proper Story of Seasons game, Pioneers of Olive Town. The ones after that were all remakes, you know, the Wonderful Life one, which I really liked. I was not a big fan of Pioneers of Olive Town. Like the city building and all of that, like the way you build your farm and so on, I wasn't a big fan of that. I like to live in this world, and this is what this game seems to provide a little bit more. As I said, I don't have anything to compare to. I have not played the original. I can already tell you that shortly after like 2 in-game days of playing, I'm already enjoying this much. And this one a lot more than Pioneers of Olive Town. Pioneers of Olive Town is actually, like, they promised like some new characters and islands and something to go on as DLC. It's one of the few games that I have bought DLC for, and I was super disappointed. Like, there was next to nothing to that DLC. I got it on sale for the Nintendo, like gold coins, but still, that was a frustrating experience with DLC, so I haven't really bought any DLC ever since. Anyway, are you excited for this? Have you gotten the game? Maybe I'll do some gameplay videos of this in the future. Super excited. The Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon games have been one of my favorites for like over like 2 decades now. Since I played the first one, Friends of Mineral Town, on the Game Boy Advance. I've been loving these. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.